table, your bread off your plate. I mean, that may be extreme, but it happens. You love a dog that's trained well.
That's right. That's the key here. A dog trainer in Broomfield saying an untrained dog equates to an unloved dog. Dan Daru, first day on the job here with us on the morning news.
Dan's an untrained dog.
Reporter. He's
Can't
live for us out in Broomfield.
I'm going to tell you something. I feel like a lucky dog just to be here. Nice to be with you guys, too. Hey, those can be like scary words to a lot of people. Maybe even fighting words like untrained is unloved. What are you talking about? Well, dogs are like kids. You don't train your dog. You don't train your kid. They grow up to be like rotten little creatures.
Yeah.
Pat Andreessen. Nice to see you, Patty.
Nice to see you,
You know
Dan.
something about training dogs. You've been doing it for 4 decades. I'm not trying to date you here, but
Yeah.
4 decades. Colorado Dog Academy. And first off, why is it so important? I know you're a dog trainer. Of course, it's important to train dogs. But it really is. And you tell me why.
You got to be able to communicate with your dog, and that's where people usually fail. They have a tendency to try to humanize their dog, and then they end up actually talking to it too much, like it understood language, and they don't really think like you and I do. So you have to take the time to teach them these words to be able to communicate with them, and then as they're growing up, you've got to get the right kind of relationship going so they'll tune into you and focus on
I've
it.
had dogs all my life, growing up in Detroit, out here in Colorado, of course, and we've never gone to a trainer until recently. I've taken my dogs to you, full disclosure, and I got to say, it makes a huge difference. What's the first consideration if you buy a pup? How young is too young to start training?
Oh, we start training as early as 8 weeks, so really the sooner the better.
8 weeks?
8 weeks.
Do you realize most people never, 8 weeks? That's
8
insane.
weeks. Yep. Yeah, this puppy here is about 10 weeks old right now, so he's
Look at him.
been in training for a couple weeks now. But the sooner that you start getting these good habits established, the more it becomes ingrained as part of their behaviors throughout their life.
Now here's a nugget, and we're going to talk about alpha dog right now real quick. Alpha dog. Everybody, you explain this to me. You taught me well, actually. Everybody in the house needs to be alpha over your dog. What does that mean?
Well, that means in the mind of the dog, they get a little pecking order going as to how this group exists. So if they start looking at themselves as being above you in this pecking order, then they're less likely to focus on you and tune into you, especially when they get stimulated by their instincts or by their emotions, then they'll tune you out. So how you live with them and interact with them then influences how they perceive that pecking order.
So when a dog jumps on you, that's no bueno. When a dog, I hate to say it, Kirk, Megan, when a dog sleeps with you on your bed, no bueno, because they feel like they're equal with you, right?
Right.
Don't let the dog on the couch, right?
Yeah, space violation doesn't mean that they love you. That's their way of them trying to train you. They're trying to get you to do what they want you to do as opposed to the other way around. So
One way or the other, you really should get your pooches and your kids trained too. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, that's a whole nother episode. Do you train kids by the way?
no, we don't do that.
Oh, that would be
Tried a couple on my own, but
Now
that's
listen,
it.
Colorado Dog Academy, and they have all kinds of training, boarding, and they've got some great toys. And you know darn well, if I'm going to buy my dog Sadie a toy, it's going to be Tweetos vodka. Oh yeah, baby, that's my dog.
All right. Well, you're going to hang out with us, so it doesn't open. If it did, there'd just be like dog gravy in there. So you're going to hang out with us. Of course, the new thing today is that we go till 10 o'clock.
That's right.
The morning news is expanded, and lucky for us, we've got Dan Drew as part of that.
And you really never know what to expect with that guy.
Oh, you can't stick around? Okay. Some trainers say if you're not training your dog, you just don't love your dog.
That's what they're saying. A local dog trainer, in fact, saying those words exactly. Dan Daru live for us in Broomfield this morning with more on the Colorado Dog Academy, where their training program has been known to work miracles.
Here's an untrained dog.
Wow. That face.
Hey, Megan and Kirk, Greg, I got a bone to pick with you guys. Are your dogs trained?
I don't know what you're scaring me right now.
I'm working on my kids first, then I'll train my dog.
That was really. But you're absolutely right. How many times you go out and you see dogs and they're like, and then the dogs stop and then like, it's untrained. It's just like you no more not want to train your kids than you would your dog or something like that. Pat, what are you doing in the background? Come on up here.
Yeah.
Pat's Colorado Dog Academy, and there's Pat's son, Danny. Danny, nice to see you. And we are talking about training dogs, and we've heard that before, training dogs, and you get what you pay for, seriously.
Yeah.
But before, I'm going to talk really quickly. Before before you take your pup, and this is a beautiful little dog, and she's being trained right now. Before you take your pup to get trained, and you really should get her trained, what are some of the things, like the one thing you were telling me off camera, like, Dan, after like 8 weeks, this is what, it's too late. What are we talking about?
We need between 8 weeks and 14 weeks is a real important time for a puppy's growth and development stage, and that's a time where they really need to have exposure to a variety of humans so that they are accepting of the general public. If in that time of their life they're just mostly kept right in isolation with their immediate caretaker, then after puberty you'll discover that they'll have some antisocial tendencies towards, the general public, whether it be kids or certain age groups. All these kind of things happen as a result of that exposure during that time of their life.
I mean, there are a lot of dog owners who don't understand when you're walking down the street and you walk past the dog owner's house and there's a dog and it goes,
Yeah.
that drives me. I'm sorry about that outburst. All right, so you want to get your dogs trained, Colorado Dog Academy.
Right.
Just call for some information, and then we won't have to pick any more bones, guys, okay? I think I heard my voice. That was a lot of screaming going on. Colorado Dog Academy.
I mean, anything to hammer home a point, right?
It's more of a little dog bark, Drew, Dan. Or a little dog bark, not a big dog bark. Sorry, I'm encouraging him now. Thank you. Okay, we're good.
Bad dog. Bad dog. Bad dog. Bad dog.
Thanks, guys.